Welcome to the Ribeye Radio Show, the official show of the Steak Cook-Off Association. Now, sit back, grab a cold one, and let's see what's cooking.
All right, welcome to Ribeye Radio Roadshow.
Literally, we're driving down the interstate on our way to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
On the way to the Trip Haggard Memorial Steak Cook-Off. And tonight we got a special treat.
Yes, we are going to be cooking ribeyes for officers with the Tulsa Police Department as a fundraiser and our appreciation for all that the law enforcement officers do for us.
This is set up by Bill Bond and Joe Wilson. Of course, Bill's son Lance is part of the police department there.
Yes, he's one of the officers. Has been for about 4 years now. So we're very proud of Lance.
So this should be a really good time tonight, and that all leads into tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow is the third annual Trip Haggard Memorial Steak Cook-Off.
First two, we did one we did in the park.
Yep, and then last year we did it at Broken Arrow, and this year we're going to do it at Siggy's Meat Market. They've been a sponsor for a number of years, and they produce great sausage, steak, full-line butcher shop.
All right. I guess Bill Bond's not going to be a guest now?
We had a technical difficulty. Apparently the internet in parts of DFW wasn't working, and the show that we had previously recorded got somehow lost in the shuffle. We had Bill Bond and Joe Wilson on as guests. They did a great job talking about the event. So today we're just going to have to cover the information ourselves.
We'll wing it. All right. Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to little Addie Meeks, her and her whole family. That's Kenny Meeks' daughter. They all listen together. So thanks for listening, Addie.
Yes. We'll have to watch our language.
Yes. Let's be careful.
It's amazing the people listening from all over the world and, all different age groups.
It's crazy. Let's talk about pork steaks. We got a couple events that are going to have pork steaks on them, and I don't think I've ever had one.
It's a Midwest term. It's a slice, typically about 3/4 of an inch thick. You see them in grocery stores a lot of time. They call them family packs. They're not quite pork chops. It's the pork butt, and they slice it about 3/4 inch thick, and then you can grill them. So I'm real excited about that.
Some will be bone in, some no bone then?
Yes, some pieces will have the bone, but the
interesting.
It's a bone in and bone out.
Yeah, so some will have a money muscle on it too.
Perhaps.
Possibly. All right.
So we're talking about the thickness and the doneness. Some folks are scared by medium rare and medium with pork. Trichinosis has kind of been taken care of in raising pigs, and so it's not really an issue, but it still spooks people. And 3/4 of an inch thick isn't that thick, so we have decided to take the doneness out of the judging. So it'll be similar to steak, but without the doneness score.
And then, so it'll be taste instead of texture. We're going to try tenderness.
Tenderness.
So is it tender? Is the only thing we'll ask the judges?
Yes.
Is it tender? Okay. That'll be interesting to
That
try.
really takes care of doneness, because if they overcook it, it's going to be tough as a boot. So
true. I like mine medium rare on pork.
It'll be interesting. So
all right, taste, tenderness, overall impression, and
with the bonus score going to taste, we get the decimal point added into the taste score. So I think it's become wildly popular. I'd like to do this at a number of events. And so the trial run will be at Mark Lambert's event, I believe.
I think we're going to Climax Springs before then. Are we?
Yes.
We're going to do
they're
two
both
events,
Operation Barbecue Relief events. And so, we're working on finding bigger boxes. There's a few logistic things, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Good. All right. We also have championship shirts on sale now on the website.
The baseball shirts,
the
yes.
SCA baseball shirt. That's a good-looking shirt.
Yeah, since we've been on diets, Brett's lost nearly 50 pounds, and I've lost a few. They are cut small.
They're metrosexual cut.
Yes.
All right.
They'll go with my skinny jeans.
Oh, jeez. That's a whole nother conversation, skinny jeans. We're just going to leave that alone.
Next.
All right. So, what else were you... Oh, rep territories. This came up this week. There's been some questions asked by some of the reps about territories. We don't have territories in SCA. If somebody requests Brett to go to an event and they want me there, I'll go there. If someone requests Troy, Youngblood, then Troy will be their rep. It's really up to the rep who runs it. Now, it makes sense if you're closer that they would want the local guy, but sometimes they want somebody else to run it.
Right. They have that option. If a rep brings a contest to us, obviously they've reached out to that event and, typically they'll go with that rep. But there are no territories. Any rep could do any contest.
Okay.
Some promoters don't want to spend the money to have somebody travel a great distance in, and that's really how we got started training reps in the first place.
That's true. Save them some money. All right. Some of the international things coming up. I just talked to Harry yesterday, and we are in July of next year. We'll have our first SCA Austria event.
That's sweet. Austria is near Germany.
It's just northwest, isn't it?
Yes. So on the Russian front. As they used to say.
Vodka. All right. Well, Austria is coming in July of 18, and we're also talking with Italy, he said.
That's awesome.
So there should be some in the south of Italy. That would be really cool as well.
And Tokyo is coming up later this year. I'll be going back to Australia again in October. The international events continue to grow.
All right, I'm going to read down this list of sponsors to make sure we thank everybody. PK Grills, RecTech Grills, Pelican Coolers, Fire Butler, Townsend Spice and Supply, Kingsford, Grill Grates, Unknown Barbecue Products, Dripping Springs Vodka, Bloody Revolution Bloody Mary Mixes, and Diamond King Smokers. Thank you guys for supporting
great
SCA.
Sponsors, yes. And I had a great conversation with our Dripping Springs rep. They want to expand more what they're doing and get more samples out to the events. So drink up.
Evidently, we're not drinking enough.
We're not drinking enough vodka, folks. So we need to do a better job.
Well, the guys in Tulsa, we have a case of vodka to drink for this weekend. So bottoms up, boys.
Some events we can't take liquor into. They have liquor license issues or drinking laws, so we can't at every event. But by golly, every event we can go to and have it, we're going to.
All right. We are going to open up for the judges. We're going to open judging for West Memphis. For cookers, it's already open. You can start registering now. But for judges, we're going to open that thing up today. So, wait a minute. It is Friday, isn't it?
It is Friday.
Hopefully
you did it before we left.
How can I do it with internet?
No internet.
Yeah.
It really screwed us up this morning, folks. AT&T had outages pretty widespread throughout
I'll
DFW.
turn that on as soon as we release the show. All right. Garfield, Arkansas is going to be a new event up there near Benton, Arkansas, is it? No. It's up near Rogers, Arkansas.
Yes, that's at a liquor store. I believe Shane Big Time Barbecue is facilitating that with a...
be on August 26th at a liquor store.
Yes. Elkhorn
Liquor Store. There you go. Have we shopped there yet?
Not yet.
But we will. All right. I had got a couple emails yesterday about when we're going to open judging for the World Championship. We're going to open that at the end of the month. It'll be done
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We'll release more details in the following weeks.
What about registration for the event?
Registration for the World Championship, the SCA World Championship, will be open next week. Depending on how much time I get in the hotel this weekend, it may go up, but I'm thinking it'll be up by Wednesday. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Wednesday's a day. We'll add you to the event. You'll see an invoice for your event in there. Hopefully, if you can get that taken care of, the latest you can register is?
October the 1st.
October 1st. If you're not registered on October 1st, that position will go to a, what did you call it? An at-large bid?
At-large bid.
Yep.
That goes to the next highest on the points list.
So there will be a couple guys that'll get in that way off of the points list.
Let's clarify that. There are some events that qualify you for the SCA World that happen after October 1st. So if you qualify after October 1st, obviously the deadline is extended.
Yeah, you're still in. But we have to have a date for the others so we can get them in or replace them to make sure everything is covered. All right, we got some new events. We mentioned Garfield, Arkansas, a new one in February in Millington, Tennessee at a naval base.
Yes, sir. That's going to be great. They're going to allow a lot of the, sailors participate. So there'll be a heavy military presence along with anyone can come. So that's going to be a great event to, honor our servicemen.
I think it'll be neat. And
yes.
It's actually on the base?
I hope so.
I think so. I think Danny
getting on
said
the base.
Was,
yeah. I wonder what the drinking rules are on base.
You got to buy it at the commissary, maybe.
We will give them a day they won't soon forget.
Yeah.
They'll think we're coming back from deployment.
We just posted Camden, which is the Washita County Fair Steak Cook-Off. That one is in September, I believe. September 23rd.
Who's hosting that?
That is the Camden
Chamber of Commerce.
The Washita County Fair Board.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so the Fair Board's doing it, but it is in Camden, and I believe we're going to have a SCA certified judges class the day before. And if we do, you guys should attend that class. Even as cookers, it's great to know the system. There's guys that are taking the class and just picking up little things that they didn't know about the judging that is improving their cooking. Anything on that, Ken?
The guy that won in Mason City, Iowa, attended our judges class that we did up there, and actually, out of 27 teams, got first place.
Guy at one Shreveport has just taken the class.
Yes.
And he actually took the class, and then he judged.
Maybe it was Shreveport I'm thinking about.
Yeah, he judged in Bearden.
It was Shreveport, not Mason City.
All right.
Danny Ewer's been a cooker for a while, so
yeah.
Apologize for that. I am driving.
Trying to drive. Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We're still waiting on the date on that, but Danny is working on that. We should hear something soon. And then I guess that's about it for right now.
Both those new events are events that Danny's brought to the table, so
yeah,
good work, Danny.
Those will be his events. I don't know if you heard that.
Nope.
That was brakes. All right. Hold on to yourself, boys. All right. Results. Lake Whitney. Who won Lake Whitney? I don't have a full list. The winner of Lake Whitney was Roland Escobedo. Second place was Joe Castillo. Since Roland was qualified, Joe gets to come to the SCA World Championship. Congratulations, Joe, the Worm. They will be at the championship. And then Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha was won by... I don't know. Who won Omaha? That's a good question. If you look at the website... I'm kidding.
We can't because we're using the phone.
Yeah, I don't know who won.
One for the
all right,
GPS and the other for the show. So
the internet
I think we
wins.
should skip this segment.
Yes, I think so. Who won Mason City? Skip this segment?
Danny Ewer.
Danny Ewer won it. Who got second? Was it Steve Fresh?
Ryan Fresh.
Ryan Fresh.
Yep, and so he qualified, and then Scott Lindley got third.
Excellent. All right, well, that's about as far as we can go on results.
And Charles Edward got one in Shreveport.
Yes, Charles won Shreveport.
I do remember the ones that I was at, so...
Gotcha. All right. Well, I do know the national rankings. Dan Judd is still in the lead.
Okay.
I think it's because he's got Goose helping him, but I won't tell Dan that.
Oh, they're both good cooks.
They are. So Dan and Goose are in first place with 98 points. Scott Lindley's in second with... I got it right
miles.
here.
Take exit to merge onto Creek Turnpike East.
In second place is Scott Lindley with 78 points. Third place is Johnny Joseph with 77. Fourth is Gene Potts with 72. Joe Castillo's in fifth with 71. Ed Falder is in sixth with 65. Seventh place is Danny Ewer with 58 points. Kenny Meeks has 55 in eighth. Roland Escobedo back on the chart with 52 points. And Justin Billings has 50. Those are your top 10 in the Pelican National Rankings. Now for the wild cards, these are guys. Why don't you tell them what they're about? How do they get on that list?
The rules. I was like, you want me to read the list and drive?
Good luck.
Yeah. So these are the top 10 folks in points who have not qualified outright at an event. So our rule is, if you're in the top 10 and you've qualified, you come off the list. So it's the top 10 who haven't already qualified. So they'll be the first 10 at large that get invited to Billy Bob's.
All right, so leading that pack is Alan Newton with 44 points. Second place is Larry Dolan from Iowa. He's Iowa, no?
He's Minnesota.
He's Minnesota. Oh, he doesn't like Iowa.
Scott's from Iowa.
That's right.
I get those.
Larry Dolan, Minnesota, 43 points. Chuck Evans from Louisiana, 43 points.
Live in Texas.
He's from Texas?
Yeah.
Man, I'm really awesome on this list today. How about Jonathan Roger? He's an Arkansas guy.
Yes, he is.
All right, 39 points. The Vanilla Gorilla, Shannon Ernest, 35 points. He's an Arkansas guy. Brian Lewis. He's from a hive, right?
He's from...
He's from Louisville. Or from Texas.
Plano?
He lives in McKinney. Yep. Christy Murphy's in seventh with 32 points, and she is in seventh place. She's Arkansas, yes. Jeremy Holmes with 32 points is tied with Christy. He's Arkansas guy from Bearden, Arkansas. Brent Clark is a Texas guy, 30 points, and he's in ninth place. 10th place, we have a tie. We've got Milkshake, Brad Calais, and Cialis, whatever his name is, and then Heath Riles.
Yes.
Where's Heath from?
Moving up the list.
Tennessee?
He's from Mississippi.
Mississippi, all right. Congratulations, guys. If the season ended today, these guys would be in the championship. Good with that? Our GPS says we're almost to Tulsa, so I think that's our sign, Kenny.
Yeah. Sorry for the abbreviated show today. It's just an update. We'll have a more extended version next week in our studio.
Thanks for listening, guys.